Today is Tuesday, March 28th, 2008, and we're here to confront Zbigniew
or scum, sir.
Brzezinski. Last time I confronted him, his security thugs were chasing me down 6 blocks trying to steal the DV tape. Today I'm kind of more prepared.
Wake up! Grown ups and put a little makeup. Have the sense to fade away the shake-up. Why'd you need to keep them on the bike? Why don't think you trust?
You just saw Secret Service went after me. They tried to take my tape. I got my sneakers on, and I'm more than ready for you, Brzezinski. Let's do it.
Welcome back to Zbigniew Brzezinski, who has served the nation at the highest level of government.
Activists were coming to confront me on the charge that I'm involved with imperialism, etc.
With 85% of the narcotics coming to New York were from Afghanistan. The response of the United States through you was to funnel in billions of dollars in military equipment. What did you accomplish by destroying Russia's presence in there? What did you accomplish? Do you accept any personal responsibility for the growth of Al-Qaeda and the Taliban?
Well, thank you very much. I would describe that question as the LaRouche version of history. Some of you are familiar with the LaRouche doctrines, some of which were crafted while the uncle was serving as a convict in a federal penitentiary. The fact of the matter is, the Afghans did not attack the Soviet Union, first of all. The Soviet Union went into Afghanistan for reasons it stated. And it never claimed, incidentally, that the Afghans were attacking the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union went in because it wanted to help establish a socialist society in Afghanistan. And the Afghans did resist. And we did help them. And because we helped them, we were welcomed in Afghanistan when Al-Qaeda created a base under the Taliban in Afghanistan. And we were able to overthrow the Taliban and drive Al-Qaeda into hiding with only 300 soldiers. If we had not helped the Afghans, the chances are that they would have been much more hostile towards us, and our problems would be far greater.
Sir, every year since 1954, a global think tank comprised of powerful corporations, world banks, presidents of the United States, prominent world leaders, and foreign policy builders, including yourself, have attended the Bilderberg meeting, where such contents of the meeting are held confidential to the public. So my question today is, as a member of the Bilderberg group, can you please tell the public what their political leaders are discussing when they meet with the wealthiest business leaders of their respective countries, and whose interests are being served during these private meetings, sir?
Well, let me give you 2 answers. The first answer is the purpose of these secret meetings is to devise more effective ways of sucking blood out of poor people, exploiting them, and subverting their identity and
Is that sarcasm, sir?
independence to foreign control. That's one answer. And no doubt you should be very pleased with it. Now, there's a second answer. First of all, I'm not a member of Bilderberg, contrary to your information. So,
There's a steering committee.
Excuse me, you've had your chance.
I can send it to you, sir.
There are a lot of people waiting.
You can send me whatever you want, and please do. But
Okay,
the
I
fact
will
of the
send
matter is, and I'm speaking to the audience, not to you, so kindly keep quiet.
So you wouldn't like to
The audience will have to ask you to leave. I'm not a member of the Bilderberg, and I haven't been attending these meetings. But there is a history to Bilderberg, actually. It was organized in the late 40s by a group of Europeans who had experienced Nazi occupation and who felt that Europe could not be stable without a closer European-American connection. And they do have annual meetings. It's usually about 50 or 60 people, most of them former statesmen. And they do have sessions. I attended 2 of these sessions in the course of these 65 years of experience of this organization. And the sessions are kind of interesting intellectually, but they don't involve any policy decisions. But are an attempt to fashion some sort of an Atlantic consensus of the issues that Europe and America faces. If you want to indulge in conspiracy theories, let me suggest another topic for you.
No one mentioned conspiracy,
I'll come back later.
No one
And
mentioned
that is the
conspiracy.
Trilateral Commission.
It was
The
legitimate.
Trilateral Commission is even larger than the Bilderberg
They only
and
speak
includes
conspiracies.
Japanese, but has been similarly attacked, mostly by LaRouche people and others who more or less have these conspiracy theories, which they purvey as much as they can. Next question, Babanju.
Now, Mr. Brzezinski, with all due respect and due diligence, now you have attended these meetings, and you have in the 1970s had a coalition excuse me, yes I am, of a technocratic state. Excuse me. Are you, you did meet with David Rockefeller, you did start the Trilateral Commission, you do meet behind closed doors, these meetings are secret. We as American citizens demand answers because they do set policy. And we as Americans need to know these answers. What did you do at the Bilderberg, and why do you serve the needs and the elites of this country?
It's very nice to be back at Columbia. I got the nuts to serve here in 1968, but I see some of them have come back.
It's the 40th anniversary.
You have to turn it off early. We told you 3 times or something. Turn it off. I see the...
Hi, Mr. Brzezinski. You being the lead person behind the Obama campaign, I was wondering what do you mean by change when on page 211 in the Grand Chessboard you said that outside threats can help drive certain unpopular foreign policies. And a couple of years back you stated that George Bush isn't too far away from staging a false flag terror attack to get us behind the war with Iran. I was wondering, isn't this kind of hypocritical when you said that you could use an outside threat to drive unpopular policies? And besides that, you also said that Pearl Harbor helped us out in order to get into World War II. So you're the main guy behind funding Al-Qaeda. It's kind of strange coming from someone like that. I'm just trying to clarify this whole aspect.
Well, I'll be happy to engage at some point in a direct dialogue with you. Your question was frankly so incoherent that I couldn't make heads or tails of it. So let's let the next person ask a question.
Well, it's very simple. You said that outside.
Thank you, Dr. Brzezinski, for being here. If we could reflect on what the first gentleman had asked in regards to the Soviet-Afghan crisis. You stated in a 1998 interview to a French publication that in actuality, Carter had signed an executive order to initiate covert funding of operations to lure in the Soviets to give them their own costly Vietnam-like scenario, essentially a war of attrition to wear down the Soviet Union, because it was worth the risk on account of bringing down communism, or at least a form thereof. With that in mind, how do you? It seems irreconcilable with the past incidences of funding communist regimes and socialist regimes, from Pol Pot to Mao, and even the roots of the Bolshevik Revolution. So, I mean, how can you justify such a statement that it was worth the effort to essentially depose the threat of communism, when in reality we had previously, U.S. interests had funded communist regimes?
Well, you refer to alleged American funding of communist regimes going back, as taken to the 1920s. To the best of my knowledge, President Carter wasn't in office then. So I'm not accountable for what was allegedly done by other American presidents. And I frankly doubt very much the accuracy of your assertions. And the reason I doubt the accuracy of your assertions is that you can't even paraphrase correctly what I'm alleged to have said in that interview. I didn't say in an interview that we were trying to lure the Soviets into Afghanistan. I said that we are aware of the fact that the Soviets were already engaged in Afghanistan, because they were already actively present in Afghanistan, and there was already a resistance movement going on. And the President authorized, indeed did, and Mr. Gates made that public in one of the books he has written, funding to provide assistance to the Mujahideen to resist the Soviet presence in Afghanistan. That is correct, because we saw that as destabilizing the southern area of Eurasia, with potentially very dangerous consequences for us, for the Middle East, for the Persian Gulf.